171. I have always had mistrust and little love for democracy and communism. Already in all the democratic demonstrations of years ago I seemed to see a danger. All large audiences have caused me distrust and, sometimes, terror. I do not think that a social mass can go to any good. Everything in it will be a bit brutal appetites, never noble thoughts or clear judgments. Pío Baroja, 1872–1956, Spanish writer. 172. A Democrat is a communist in a blue suit. J. M. Mora, 1968. Spanish author. 173. The electoral masses are characterized by poor reasoning skills, lack of critical spirit, irritability, credulity and simplicity. Gustave Le Bon, 1841–1931, French sociologist. 174. The mass, that when it protests is spiteful and of ridiculous and puerile sentimentality, when it commands is despotic and bloodthirsty. His moral is very poor. Pío Baroja, 1872–1956, Spanish writer. 175. If you see your country in trouble and nobody does anything to solve it, perhaps it is you who must provide the solutions. If you decide, take care of the Democrats. J. M. Mora, 1968. Spanish author. 176. If the vote is given to the masses, there is a risk of leaving the power to choose in the hands of people without criteria. The masses do not have their own opinion and reason, but imposed by individuals who do not always have the best cultural training to act as political advisors. Gustave Le Bon, 1841–1931, French sociologist. 177. As I say, I have always had misgivings about the advance of democratic and socialist theories. Pío Baroja, 1872–1956, Spanish writer. 178. The left opines that Franco's tomb is intolerable, but of the royal crypt in the monastery of El Escorial, with 27 corpses of Bourbons and Habsburgs, he says nothing. J. M. Mora, 1968. Spanish author. 179. We must then assume that a restricted suffrage, restricted to the capable, if you will, would improve the vote of the masses? I cannot admit it for a moment, and this for the reasons mentioned above and relating to the mental inferiority of all communities, whatever their composition. En masse, and I repeat it, men are always equal and, as far as general questions are concerned, the suffrage of 40 academics is no better than that of 40 water carriers. Before social problems, full of multiple unknowns and dominated by mystical logic or affective logic, all ignorances are equalized. Gustave Le Bon, 1841–1931, French sociologist. 180. Against democracy. Pío Baroja, 1872–1956, Spanish writer.